What's up guys, Anfield here and welcome to a new video. Today's video we're going to be looking at another positioning guide. It's going to be retreating and kiting. But before we get into that, I just want to explain where I've been. Essentially I've been moving and moved into a new apartment, and obviously, you know, when you move, even though I got it done pretty fast, I still have to wait for the internet to be turned on, and hopefully, if you're watching this, it will have been done Thursday. If it's any later than that, I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just whenever they decide they need to switch on the cabinet, I don't know. Don't know why it takes so long, but there you go. So anyway, hopefully it will be done by Thursday, but it does give me an opportunity to work on a video, so this is one of the videos I'm working on. Now, this actual replay is on the new Paris map, which is not a map that I favor at all. I really don't like it. I'm still really trying to find a way to play it, I guess, depending on the tank that I'm in. Sometimes it's difficult with new maps. It isn't very kind to certain tank types, and when you're in those tank types, it's very difficult to discover exactly what you should be doing. So here I'm just getting some early shots here. This AMX is trying to do some lighting. Unfortunate miss there, but yeah, it's quite difficult. That's a little bit of poor situational awareness on my part. I should have really noticed that guy. He showed up on the minimap and I just didn't look. But I am now turning around. The reason obviously for that is, as you can see on the minimap, I don't have any allies over here, really. Very, very few tanks going this direction, and if that's ever the case, you just can't sit on a flank like that, especially a more popular flank like the south is on Paris. You can't really sit in these flanks and expect things to go your way. I don't really like the north side of this map, but, you know, I don't have a great deal of choice. Most of my team is over here, so I have to try and make it work in some way. I am going to look for a quick shot on this guy. He is still tucked into that building, but obviously, if he pulls forward any, I should be able to hit him. He's kind of like tempting me, but he doesn't seem to want to come forward whatsoever. But yeah, we're not doing so well. You can see that there's a lot of tanks in the south. This is pretty much already ringing alarm bells to me that we have to push the north in order to secure the north so that we're not completely out of map control and surrounded. You never really want to be surrounded. Obviously, you want to keep enemy guns only in one direction, because then you can just angle or hold down or whatever to protect yourself, whereas if enemies are all around you, you can't really defend yourself properly. No amount of armor is going to help you if people are shooting you in the back. But anyway, yeah, so I'm moving up here just to try and secure the win on this flank. I know that there's a risk of more tanks being in front of me, but I'm just trying to clear everything out. Getting rid of this tank will mean that my ally won't be proxy spotted, which is a big advantage. You know, they do have an Object 261 and another artillery, so we can't really take anything for granted. I'm kind of diving off here. There's more tanks here than I had hoped, but you know, I still need to make this move. Scorpion just about exposed there. Now, the Waffle is the big threat here, and I'm trying to figure out if there's anywhere I can go to be protected from this guy. He's moving up for some reason, and I don't really know why. He seems just about tall enough to hit me back here, which kind of sucks. The hill just not big enough there in that case, but at least I can return fire on him. He's gonna die for some reason. I don't know why he moved up. It seems a bit odd, but my ally able to take him down. That's Mr. Fig. He is a sub, so we're doing sub platoons in this battle, and he does really well. So good shout out to him there. But yeah, we're doing okay now. We're moving up, and it's really all we're waiting for. Hey, you see me struggling to get a little bit of depression there. One of the few times you want to beat a 140 Kappa. But you can see that the enemy has begun to push into our base. So basically, it's going to be like a swap where we kind of move around, almost like a clock. But yeah, I was gonna go up and just farm this T-34, but he's looking at me. I don't have enough hit points, and so yeah, the last thing I want to do is get wrecked. Now, I am tempting Fate a little bit. I'm trying to get him to shoot my turret and bounce. There's no way he can overmatch. He has to pen the exact spot in order to actually hit me, which is, you know, not going to be easy for him. He has to shoot right beside the gun on either side and still get a decent pen roll, I think, to pen. But he's now distracted. My allies have done the job, so no reason to sit down there. Fortunately, in this case, they're not capping, so there's no need to return to base because the enemy's not capping. If they were capping, then we would have to turn around. I would have had to have gone back through the north to try and secure a reset. Going through the middle is near suicide with the amount of tanks they have here. So yeah, just getting some shots on these guys. Obviously, they're trying to kill our T-95. So, you know, they've exposed themselves at least to our gunfire, so the T-95 might not be having a very happy time, but at least we're getting some shots because of it. I'm trying to shoot this IS-3, but he's doing a good job protecting himself, and it's not like I could just go out and help him, so. But you can see our team has begun to sort of dwindle in numbers, so to speak. You know, we have no artillery, they still have 2 artillery pieces, they still have quite a lot of tanks. At least we do have, you know, 3 tier 10 mediums, but it's still going to be quite difficult to secure the win at this point because of how few tanks. So this is when it really comes down to the kiting and the retreating. So what happened is obviously we pushed that flank, and this is a bit of RNG luck, by the way. Yeah. But what happened basically, obviously you got like a situation where we had to push to the north in order to not be surrounded, but now we're completely outnumbered and outgunned, so we have to run. So in these kind of situations, what you do is you move, you know, especially if you have speed and the enemy doesn't, you move around as much as you can, try and improve the distance, and then you get to a position where you can fire on them from a position of relative safety. Obviously here I'm trying to help the pattern because I can't lose the pattern. But yeah, you fire from a position of relative safety and then you retreat. So this is where kiting comes in. Now it's just one example, and I would rather it's, you know, be a longer example, but that's okay. Yeah, you just move forward and then start returning fire. Don't try and sit and hold a position that you're gonna die. If you can run away and live to fight another day from another position, you can kite your opponents around, and their guns will count for nothing if you're in a secure position and they're not. So in these positions, you know, they can't really do anything. They have to choose between 2 different avenues of fire. They come after me, then they get shot in the side. They go after my allies, I shoot them in the side. So yeah, I wanted to show this replay just purely because of its interesting nature at the end here where you're kiting. There are better examples of kiting. I just couldn't find any in my replays. You know, I have to click on them individually and try to look, and that takes a long time. What I need to do is, I guess I need to just like, anytime I think anything's a good example or something to be made a video, I just need to drag the replay after I play that battle into a folder or something. But you can see here, we're looking for this T-30, and at that point, before he gets lit, I asked the pattern to come back because I was worried that the T-30 was going after the pattern, which is what I would have done if I was the T-30. But no, the T-30 was just tucked in looking for me. So I'm going to try and get a nice little shot here on the back of the T-30. It's blind, but that's okay. Just trying to get his attention away from the pattern. If he can look at me, basically the pattern can poke out. So this about wraps up the battle, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that it was helpful to you. It's not as great as an example as I would have liked, but it's still an example that should at least get the point across. Also, a big thank you to the pattern for making decent plays. You know, it's nice to have someone in a pub match that you can cooperate with to secure the win, rather than, oh look, he suicided, or he's like, I don't know, capping or something. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it, and hopefully there will be some more videos coming up, and hopefully this video will be released on Thursday. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next video.